I'm Dave Dinkle. I'm here tonight with Drew Bishop. Drew's a student for some time, and I want to talk about some of the things that happened to him along the way because they happened to a lot of people. He overcame them. He's doing extremely well. Now, he's a realtor. He's licensed, and he's predominantly doing commercial property, correct?
Commercial and land, yes, sir.
Okay. One of the things that surprised me, and I didn't know this about Drew for probably over a year and a half, is he also had a side business of doing inspections.
Yes, sir.
And he told me, how many did you do in 1 year?
Oh, gosh, 300 something plus. It was an absurd amount of inspections.
It's not a business where you make a lot of money on it, but it puts you out there and it, filled in the cracks, so to speak.
Right.
So one of the things that I think was interesting about Drew, he's a hybrid. In other words, he has both license and he's looking for wholesale deals. He started getting them and he was selling them very quickly. And I said to him, how much are you making on these things? And it was always $5,000, right?
Right. Yes, sir.
And
right. As bad as I hate to say it, yes.
After 2 or 3 of these, I said to him, wait a minute, these have some pretty good spreads in them. And of course, what was happening is you didn't have a big buyer's list.
Very true.
And
what I thought was a good buyer's list was not a good buyer's list. And, come to find out, I was just selling them. I was making, at the time I was making $5,000 a pop and I would just pump them out. And I was like, oh, that's okay. Well, then slowly but surely I started, looking exactly what this buyer, this investor was making. And I was like, holy cow, he's getting rich off of me, So I kind of threw him to the curb, and lo and behold, Dave was right, like always. And that 5 turned into 20, 30, 40, 50, grand a deal.
Yeah. Every once in a while I get a text from it. It says a 40-pounder or whatever, and that's a $40,000 profit on a wholesale deal. Now, one of the things about strong buyers is they don't always buy. They may not have money all the time. So if you have a very short list, coincidentally, a couple of them don't have money at the time, you don't have a deal.
Right. Exactly. You're
exactly.
I'm
going to ask you a silly question here. How many do you have on your buyer's list now?
I mean, as far as my go-tos, or from top to finish, top to finish, it's 100 plus, 200 plus, easy.
Okay.
But the funny thing is, if it's a dumpy house, I know I have a buyer for that. If it's a good house that, it's in the 200, I know the guy that I'm going to send that to. If it's a house that it has a tenant and it's just to keep and hold, I know the guy for that, So I know the people who I'm dealing with and who's going to buy my deals now. It's just boom, send it to him, send it to him, send it to him, type of a thing.
When I first asked you a couple of years ago, I think it was, you said you had 2 or 3 people on your list, so that's significantly better.
Oh yeah, and it's growing daily.
Okay.
Literally, I'm not kidding you. The wholesale's kind of, because the residential market right now is so good that it's a monkey could sell real estate right now. This market's so hot. But yes, when I put some new bandit signs on, people are just calling me, add me to your list, and they're literally begging for houses. It's crazy.
So let me talk about that. Originally, when you started, one of the things you did a lot of was bandit signs.
Yes, I still do.
Okay. Now, you're in almost a rural area, so that people understand that. It's not like you're in downtown Miami or Tampa.
No, we have 100,000 people in our county.
In the county?
Yes, sir.
There's subdivisions in Miami that have more than 100,000 people.
Right, exactly. And I remember, I don't know if you remember this, but when I first entered your program, that was one of my biggest concerns, was that it wasn't going to work because the county was too small, and I've lived here my entire life. I know everybody here. And it does work.
One of your other concerns, I'm going to say, was can you legally be a wholesaler and be licensed at the same time?
Yeah.
How long did it take you to get over that?
I'm not going to lie, it took me some time. Now, I was actually just talking with this to an agent the other day about it. I kind of used to beat around the bush and tell the people that I was buying the home from, putting it under contract, that it wasn't me, it was my partner. But now it's just, I say, listen, this is the deal. I'm going to buy it. Or, hey, the other thing is I'm a realtor. If you want to try to get top dollar, it is going to be a 6% commission. You're going to have an appraisal, you're going to have inspections, you're going to have this and this and this. Or B, I'm a cash buyer, I'm an investor. I look for income producing properties. I can close in 2 weeks. Here's the money, take it or leave it. And I have come to find out that that has helped me a lot doing it that way.
Wearing both hats, you always come away with something, most often, rather, commission or a wholesale deal.
Exactly.
You've
And as
done
long
some
as I'm transparent with them, I think it's okay.
Yeah, you've done some rehabs too.
Yes. I actually just bought one today
Okay.
that we're going to do.
How have the rehabs gone for you?
They're good. I'll be honest, I would prefer wholesaling all day long, but they're good. I did one this week. This year we got for 80 and we sold it it was a lipstick on a pig. We sold it for 165,
Yeah.
that kind of deal.
So the lipstick on a pig was like 10 or 15,000?
No, like 2,200. I painted it, cleaned it up, had to pay attorney fee to get the tenant out. It wasn't anything crazy by any means. And the tenant stayed for a couple of months. I let him stay for rent free for 2 months just to keep him happy because he had a lease, broke the lease, and that was pretty much it. And I think I painted it and cleaned it up.
One of the things you told me about that I really liked was you were driving for dollars also. You have two boys.
Yes.
And you'd take the boys, they'd sit in the back seats and they would use their iPads to keep track of. You still do that?
Oh yeah. I got to drive for dollars. I do. Here's I just got a new thing envelopes right here. 500.
Okay.
I try to do 25 a night and I handwrite them, which I know is stupid that I still do that, but it really does work.
Well, look, you shouldn't be embarrassed. You're a mid-six-figure guy in terms of your real estate business.
Right.
That's pretty darn good, especially for a guy with 100,000 people in the entire county.
Right.
So you're doing very well.
Thank you.
Anything else that's of interest that I haven't heard about since I don't talk to you as often as I should?
No, the market's literally on fire here. It's crazy. It really is. I could work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Just as much as I could get. It's really good. A lot of people coming up from Miami looking at cash buyers. It's almost like our county has turned into a funnel and it's just boom. It's a lot.
One of the things, he's on the west coast of Florida, almost kind of more central, but
yeah.
One of the things that for years I've always said is if you take a home from Dade County or Broward County, truck it across I-75, drop it over there, it used to be worth about a third, but you got a lot more land. You got an acre instead of a quarter acre or something like that.
Right.
Now it's worth 2/3 of what it is in Miami. So the market's really changed. Is that fair to say?
Yes, sir. To take that back, as far as the wholesaling, I am beefing up my direct mail campaign. I don't hardly do any direct mail. I have 2 VAs now. They strictly cold call, 24/7. That's all I do is cold call and just do a drip campaign on them. But I am beefing up my mailer list, and I'm putting some serious money into it. For me, anyways, that I call serious money. And I hit some zip codes, and they're just going to automatically ping to my software.
So when you do that, are you looking for listings or you'll take anything you can get?
I take anything I can get. Really and truly, yes.
Why not?
The mailer campaign is for wholesales, yes. But if I can turn it into a listing, absolutely.
Now, is the one guy that I worked with you originally, he said to me, how does he sound on the phone? And he and I role played a little. He's still with you.
Yes, he is. He has come a long ways. Yes.
For you guys that are listening, especially that was your first VA.
Yes.
And he was experienced, and I listened to him, and I thought it was really, no, look, he felt very good about what he was saying.
It was bad. Even my wife that has never cold called before in her life, she even said, wow, this is not good.
And we said that to him. I said it to you, you said it to him, and he fixed it.
Yes.
But now he does a good job.
Yeah, we role play a lot. Him and I we still role play to this day. I have hired another lady that works with me, and she's doing better. She's aggressive, and my VA has actually turned into a shark because I give him bonuses. I put him on a very good bonus structure, and if he sets an appointment, it's $25. If I sign a contract, it's another $25. If I sell the deal, I give him a percentage of the deal. I just gave him a $1,500 bonus the other day, and he was ecstatic.
What country is he in?
Philippines.
Yeah, but his English is 90% or more, right?
It's much better. Yes.
Okay.
Much better. Yes.
All right. Anything else that somebody might want to hear if they were listening?
As far as new wholesalers or your new students or?
New wholesalers, people that are thinking about getting in the business. What was your adventure like when you started? Before you came to our program, did you try something else?
I didn't know. I started from you. I would say don't give up. The biggest thing, I gave up the first year. I said, I'm not going to be able to do this. And then literally, I'm not kidding you, that January 1 of the next year, I said, I'm going to get me a deal. I think it was March. I got my first deal, and I just get another one, and it works. Just, yeah. I mean, I look back, I sold a deal a month ago, and I think it was a big one. I think it was a 30 pounder. And I look back at my database, and I had been following up with this guy for almost a year and a half, and he was finally ready. He had liens. He needed some cash. He needed out quick. And he said, you've been following up with me forever. So we finally, he flew down here, we signed a contract, and we closed in 5 days, and it was easy peasy. You
still generate your call list and your mailing list from what should be motivated sellers. You do stack filters, and presumably, in this case, for example, he should have been motivated, but he wasn't that motivated for a long time. Then suddenly he's ready to go.
Right.
So that's why
I hit absentee owners, out-of-state owners, absentee, high equity. I like the high equity ones. Those are my main focus on those, the ones with high equity.
I called Drew for another reason tonight, and I didn't want to ambush him with this little talk we had. But I sent him a 4th section of the new course I have.
Yes, I was watching it whenever you got it.
I heard it. Yeah, I heard part of it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to say goodbye, but don't hang up.
Okay.
Because what I'm going to do is I want to talk to him. There's an investor, realtor, wears 2 hats, and he closes 29 deals a day, not a week, not a month, a day. Wow. We're going to talk about what he does.
That's incredible.
So, any last comments you want to say to new investors?
No, I'm just going to keep beating a dead horse. Just follow Dave's program, and it works. I promise you. It does work.
That's nice. I appreciate that, and it does work if you work it.
You have to work.
You have to work it. Yeah, it doesn't
cost for dollars. And if you're just starting off as a wholesaler, I would highly recommend Drive for Dollars. It's cheap, it's easy, and it works.
And you don't need a babysitter if you take the kids with you.
No, you get them the iPad, you tell them sit down and shut up. And I have 11-year-old that's they're going to be starting lighting up letters real soon.
What's your biggest wholesale deal to date?
80.
Oh, 80. Okay. All right.
It was a triplex. I'll never forget. I can take it to you right now. I wish I would have bought the stupid thing, but I got it on a contract for 40. Yeah, it was really good. It was a good one. Even the guy that bought it, he's like, "Wow, okay, yeah, I want another one."
Now, you haven't done any rental properties for yourself at all?
No rentals, but it's definitely on me and my wife's plan this year. We did our taxes back this year, and it was not fun. So we are definitely trying to buy some rentals this year. We want to at least try to get 5 under our belt this year. Start off a little slow.
They don't have to be multi-families. They can be single families. What I'm saying is you don't have to have triplexes or duplexes. You can do single-family homes.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Even as rentals and stuff. Yeah.
Right, absolutely. And our rental market here in our county it's bad. There's no rentals whatsoever, which, I'm sure that's everywhere right now.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to say goodbye, and we'll talk again.
All right.